There was a time when her name alone could stop the world. Brigitte Bardot, the golden girl of France, the woman who defined beauty, freedom, and rebellion all at once. Her face was painted on every magazine cover, her walk was studied by millions, and her love affairs made headlines across continents. She wasn't just an actress, she was a revolution wrapped in silk and sunlight. But today, at 91 years old, Brigitte Bardot lives far away from the cameras that once adored her. Hidden behind the gates of her home in Saint-Tropez, she's a ghost of the glamour that once made her immortal. And the story of how she got here is nothing short of heartbreaking. When Bardot first stepped into cinema in the early 1950s, Hollywood had never seen anything like her. She was wild, untamed, and unapologetically sensual. A woman who refused to fit into the polite boxes society built for her. In And God Created Woman, she didn't just act, she ignited a cultural revolution. The world suddenly saw femininity through her, bold, confident, and free. But that freedom came at a devastating cost. Behind the smiles and sultry eyes was a fragile girl constantly torn apart by fame. Every move she made was judged. Every man she loved was analyzed. Every heartbreak became a headline. The same world that worshipped her beauty never cared about her soul. By her 30s, Brigitte was already breaking down. She spoke openly about her depression, her loneliness, and the unbearable weight of being desired by millions, but truly loved by none. She once confessed that she tried to end her life more than once, that the light the world saw in her eyes had long gone out inside. She walked away from fame in her late 30s, not because she stopped being famous, but because fame had stopped letting her live. While others chased Hollywood, Bardot turned her back on it completely. She found comfort in animals, in creatures that loved without judgment or expectation. Her mansion became a sanctuary for hundreds of stray dogs, cats, and horses. And as years passed, she became a fierce voice for animal rights, dedicating every bit of her fortune and strength to their rescue. But even her activism brought isolation. The press that once called her the most beautiful woman in the world now painted her as eccentric, even controversial. Her outspoken views, her stubborn independence, and her choice to live away from the public eye made her an easy target for criticism. Yet she never apologized for being who she was. Today, Bardot rarely leaves her villa. Her once sunlit hair has turned silver, and her voice has softened with age. But the fire inside her, the one that refused to bow to anyone, still flickers. She spends her days surrounded by her animals, away from flashing cameras, living quietly with the memories of a world that adored her once but forgot her later. It's hard to imagine that the woman who once defined beauty for an entire generation now lives in almost complete solitude. Her story is both inspiring and tragic, a lesson in how the brightest lights often burn the fastest. And though the world may have moved on, Brigitte Bardot remains timeless, not for the role she played, but for the woman she dared to be. Because legends don't fade, they just learn to live quietly. And perhaps that's where Brigitte finally found her truth, not in the spotlight, but in silence.